Surprise package. Tanjong Pagar United have shared the top of the table in these early exchanges in this AIA Singapore Premier League season. They're separated by just a point and a place, with the champions top and Tanjong Pagar in second. So this is the clash that all eyes are on in match week 7, which is one that sees Tampines Rovers kick off against Albirex Niigata this evening as well. 2 games and 2 compelling fixtures this evening, and then a doubleheader also on Sunday tomorrow. Hougang United up against Young Lions. 2 sides really looking for a victory. And Geylang International against Balestier Khalsa, a tough one to call. As far as the table is concerned, this is remarkable. First plays second, third play fourth, fifth play 6th, and 7th play 8th. How does that happen after 6 rounds of this AIA Singapore Premier League season? Well, I don't know the answer to that, but as I welcome you to Jalan Besar Stadium for the first of those matches, first against second, I have to say this is a magical game in prospect. Shashi Kumar is with me. Isn't it amazing how all roads have led to this particular match week, and this game has to be the cherry on top, doesn't it?
Amazing, John, and I don't have the answers to that as well. But, you know, yeah, this is a very intriguing match, not only because it's first against second, it's also a clash of styles. You know, LCS in possession, they're good, looking to go forward with lots of fluidity, but haven't found that, haven't found that magic formula, so to speak. But as for Tanjong Pagar, we know what they're all about, very combative in the middle of the park, and they've got players up front to score goals. And, ironically, best defense, which is LCS against the best strikers in the league, Tanjong Pagar.
All right, well, we've got plenty to break down then when you've got that against that. We're going to bring you as many shots as we can from inside Jalan Besar Stadium tonight. Have a little look at the fans here. As you can see, plenty of Korean support, with Kim Chung obviously leading the way for Lion City Sailors. And there are, of course, opportunities for even more football fans to come and watch the AIA Singapore Premier League right now. The easing of restrictions means that we should be in for some really, really busy stadia over the coming weeks of this season. The Lion City Sailors, the reigning Singapore champions, warming up, as you can see, in their blue and black outfit there. And at the other end, it's Tanjong Pagar United. Well, Shashi set this one up perfectly. Let's talk a little bit about the reigning champions right now. They've had their tests already this season, but based on league form, based on league position, Shashi, this has to be surely the sternest of the tests they face, not least because on Monday they travel to Thailand to prepare for their maiden adventure in the AFC Asian Champions League. So this really is an important fixture going into that, isn't it?
Exactly, and they want to come back after coming back from their ACL adventures, at least on the back of a win, and against the team that is second in position as well. And let's not forget, they have 9 games in April itself. That's a big ask for any team, let alone the favourites or whatever. So big game today. They fly out for Monday, and they've got 6 games in the ACL.
And I think what's interesting, Shashi, as we take a look at their warm-ups, is of course we will give you detailed lineups later, and there are 1 or 2 changes. I would imagine Kim Do-hoon, their head coach, will already be mindful of the challenges to come during that incredibly congested April, as you said, and they'll have to pick their way through it. As for Tanjong Pagar United, well, it's a very, very different lineup, I would say, in terms of what their motivation is. They find themselves unbeaten. Now, if you just go back a couple of nights and you look at what was happening against Tampines, 3-0 down inside 64 minutes, you had to say, well, it's been a good start to the season, guys, but now it ends. It certainly didn't end, because what's happened now is this side fought back. 3 late goals in that game meant that they're still unbeaten as they come into this one. Does that weigh over them, or does that give them confidence that they've been so hard to beat?
It's the latter. I think it will give them confidence. And again, like you said, 3-0 down, and even I thought it was going to be over. But the way they came back into the game speaks volumes about their resilience and a brilliant comeback. And they've got character in the team. And Hazrin has assembled a team that's playing together as a team. And even you see in the warm-ups as well. And these are the goals that were scored. Absolutely brilliant goals. And this was Ryo Nishiguchi scoring 8 goals this season. What a brilliant player he has been as well for them.
But of course, Sugish, who we'll talk about in a short while as well, has been an absolutely huge player for them. This was all about the delivery. But remember, this is happening in the 4th minute of time added on, with the side looking to complete a comeback. That tells you a lot about their character.
Yeah, exactly. You talk about the resilience, and what a cross that was by Akari as well, and very late on in the game. And you want all your players to be switched on for the full, and we can't say that of the Tampines, but yeah, they've got character, they've got resilience, and I think they need to show it today against LCS.
Well, they are obviously going to be in the majority today, the home fans, and there'll be a lot of noise, a tremendous atmosphere, and you have to say that the Singapore champions always put on a fantastic show. It's a later kick-off, of course, which will be coming along this very special month, but that somehow has even heightened the sense of anticipation as we've waited a long time this evening for this game to come along. Let's also talk about something that happened earlier on this evening, which was the awarding of the awards for the best player and the best manager of the month for the last month. And Mirko Sugic, how about this? What an arrival. He was presented with his honor from former Singapore superstar Indra Shadan, and this guy has arrived and he has hit the ground running. 2 assists in his first game, a couple of goals in another against Balestier, and of course that crucial intervention last time out. His coach made it a doubleheader as well, Hassan Jailani, the AIA coach of the month. So all in all, this is reflecting a brilliant start to the season, and one that I think few saw coming.
Ooh, what a month it has been for Tanjong Pagar, let's put it that way. Absolutely brilliant. And you're right, it has been a surprise. Even at the start of the season, you thought, okay, they'll be at least in the midway or mid-table team. But listen, I think they've done very well. And like I said, the style of football isn't pleasing to everyone, but they've got a style, and they will go out there and do the same thing every single week. And they've got a pretty settled first 11 as well.
Yeah, that's the thing, isn't it? There will come a question about just how long can they keep going with these players. When will it start to break down? Remember, we've got an attritional format this season with that extra round of matches to be played. But as we see them warming up here, I would imagine now, if you were coaching this side, Shasi, if you were Hassan, would you be saying, let's just lean on the same group of players, let's just keep this going for as long as we can? Or are you looking already to just start tweaking a thing or two?
I don't think he has a choice in looking at the strength and depth of the squad, because if you look at LCS, they can tweak it here and there, but I don't think Hazrin has a chance or a chance to do that. Raihan Rahman is out today because he's suspended. That's why we've got a surprise inclusion. We'll talk about that a little bit later on. But yeah, so he doesn't have that choice. But why not? If you keep on winning games, and I think the players won't mind playing every game.
All right, let's have a little chat about this one tactically. As you mentioned earlier on, we've got the Tanjong Pagar United attack, the best in the league, 16 goals scored and a real cutting edge in Nishiguchi, up against the defence that has been keeping clean sheets. Now, the interesting thing about Kim Do-hoon's side is that we have not seen a settled defensive look to them. Of course, we've tended to see Hassan Sunny in goal, and his brilliance is such that he keeps clean sheets. Now, we will not be seeing him. It'll be Izwan Mabud is in goal today, but this tells you about the defence as much as anything else. Yes, Hassan is absolutely brilliant, but they've somehow managed to keep clean sheets, almost in spite of themselves, haven't they? Have you felt that the best is yet to come from them defensively? I
think so. I don't think it's a settled defense or whatever you want to call it, but Hassan in there as well made some very crucial saves early on in the season as well. Against that in the first game against Hougang, he was probably my man of the match. So he's very key as well. But I think Pedro and Haris in there, I think they are pretty settled in the middle of defense. Nur Adam is out today anyway, and Tajeli has been there as well. He's played the full season last season. So defensively, I think they're okay, and that is pretty much why they consider only 3 goals the best defense, right? So they're pretty solid. And if you ask any team or any team that wins the league, they've got the best defense. Now,
tell me this, how does this game play out? There are 2 schools of thought. One is the Tanjong Pagar, who, remember, were 3 down the other night, and it looked as if they were hitting the wall, are going to finally hit that wall today because they're up against pedigree opposition who've got strength in depth. The other side of the equation is if Tanjong Pagar bring the aggression, bring the tackling, the character, the fight that they've shown all season long, and actually ask questions of LCS, who haven't always been good at answering questions this season, we could see a surprise on the cards. What say you?
Yeah, I totally agree with you. I am sure they are going out there and look, and if you've got Alam Shah and Hazrin in your backroom staff, you will have players fighting for you on the pitch as well as off it as well. They've got players who will do that. And so that's the most important thing. They got to go out there, they got to battle it out, especially in the middle of the park where Shadan is in there, Diego Lopez is in there. So they've got to go out there and show them, make it attritional in the middle of the park.
Shasti, thank you very much for that. As you can see, the crowds are flocking in right now, and we're still some way from kickoff, just under 20 minutes to go before this big one, this table-topping clash in the AIA Singapore Premier League kicks off here at Jalan Besar Stadium. We'll take a breather for just a moment and come back with confirmed lineups for you, and we'll also be hearing from both head coaches. We're back after this. Sailors, the champions, taking on Tanjong Pagar United. If we take a look at recent form in terms of their head-to-head record, well, last season it was a clean sweep for the Singapore champions. In fact, Lion City Sailors are unbeaten in 5 encounters with Tanjong Pagar United. So, if you turn to statistics, then that will point you in one direction. If we take a little look at the lineups going into this one, then obviously Team News is going to be a pointer for us as well. There's sides that have made 3 changes, and with, as we mentioned earlier on, Lion City Sailors' thoughts very much on continental competition as they will find themselves heading off to Thailand to compete in the AFC Asian Champions League. The changes are on. Ikram Rifki is in for Adam, Anaki Ismik is in for Hafiz Noor, Anamantam plays, Song Wee Young is the player stepping down there. Shasi, what do you make of the side?
Well, they made those changes, and we don't exactly know whether it's enforced or not. Iswan, he's always going to be there, so he's no problem about that. The surprise on the left-hand side with Anaki Ismet coming in, there are able changes as well to be made there. Faris Ramli could drop in there. Hafiz Noor, we hear, is injured, so yeah, so that's a surprise to me. But overall, pretty strong lineup. I like Anumandan in there as well. He's going to make it even more attritional in the middle of the park.
Wow, Anumantam against Blake Risciuto. I think I'd pay good money to see that one. That is going to be physical, and with Sugic in there as well. So there are 4 changes in total, including Iswan making the change there. It's 3 as far as we can make out for the away side today, Tanjong Pagar United, who come into this one off the back, remember, of a game that kept their unbeaten run to 9 games, that remarkable comeback against Tampines in midweek. Daniel Bennett comes in because there is a suspension there. Raihan misses out through suspension, and the 44-year-old Daniel Bennett, who has tasted game time with his new club, comes in from the start here. Otherwise, we have Fatullah for Faisal, and Khairul Nizam is fit. There was some doubt about that, but he starts in this lineup in place of Naufal.
Pretty straightforward there. We talk about players coming in. Khairul Nizam obviously comes in place of his brother, playing out wide right, and we hear that Mirko Sugic will be playing in that false 9 position, so he will drop off and try to create provide that pressure on Shadan, who's not playing in that position. So there could be a little bit of a tactical change there. But Daniel Bennett, right, that's the story, I think, at least for Tanjong Pagar. What a servant it has been for club and country. I don't think he has been in top form, especially last season. I've seen him struggle for Tampines. Forget about the ACL, but even in the league, I think he has struggled. So they, like LCS, they need to probably isolate him, and try to go at him. But we will see how it goes.
Well, he's also got the towering physical presence of Kim Shin-uk to deal with, and that may be something to do with his presence in this side. All right, those are the lineups, and they were selected, of course, by the head coaches of both sides. In a moment, we'll be hearing from the AIA coach of the month. But first up, Lion City Sailors, that's the home side. Let's hear from their head coach, Kim Do-hoon.
Yeah, it's been a very tight schedule. It's been tough, but my players are ready mentally. Mentally, we're very prepared. Also, it will be a good game before flying off to our first ever Champions League, playing against a team who is right behind us in the table. It's going to be a tough match, but we prepared well. Mentally, we're ready. So hopefully, we can have a good result tonight.
Tanjong Pagar have scored the most goals this season with 16. Are you confident you can stop them from striking again?
The best way to defend is to be offensive. So we're going to be offensive. Of course, we have to stop them from scoring. But defending, I don't think that's the key point of today's game. We're going to try and be offensive. So we're going to try and score, because that will bring us the 3 points that we really want.
You reckon playing at home in front of your die-hard fans can be a big advantage against top side?
I mean, it's always a great privilege and an honor to play in front of our fans. They've always been behind us, but we have to commit with them. Is to play football, is to show them a good show tonight, so that they can also be happy going back home after a late night. But hopefully we can have a good result today, so we also have a good memory before flying off to Buriram for our first ever ACL.
Hi coach, congratulations on winning the award Manager of the Month.
Okay.
You take on the defending S-League champions today. Is this your sternest test so far?
I always say this, every game is very important. This game is just the same like any other last game that we played. Well, I can say that this is maybe the test for us, but at the end of the day, I think we already did well as far as we are concerned, so we just have to keep the momentum going, that's all. Yeah.
What makes the Sailors so formidable?
Well, you can see, you look at the quality of players that they have. I think it's fantastic. It's a coach's dream to have the players that they have, and whatever resources that they have. But I really feel that it's basically the depth that they have. That if today even the second team is as good as any other first team. So yeah.
You have shown this season, most recently against Tampines, that you have great spirits and can score goals. But do you think? But do you need to defend better if you are to remain unbeaten?
Yeah, definitely, definitely. I think defending is part and parcel of the game, that we need to be able to do it better every single game. There will always be mistakes. So, likewise, any other game today as well, we need to defend better so that, especially today, the crosses, we try to stop the crosses from coming in so that we don't let Shinwook score. Yeah.
Great, thank you so much.
Thank you. All right.
Hazran Jailani there, and as pre-match interviews go, Shasi, it actually gave us a little bit of an indication. It's no great surprise to hear him saying we need to stop the supply, clearly the supply to Kim Shin-uk, but it's interesting to figure out that is what they're going to be doing. It explains a little bit about his selection, and I suspect his formation too.
Yeah, exactly, and I like the last bit, when he says he's going to stop the crosses, because that's where Shin-wook is going to score anyway, all right, from set piece situations as well. So, Parul Nizam will push on a little bit further. He's got a double team on Anaki together with Akari in there as well. So Ryo Nishiguchi's got to do a little bit of defending today. Shoda Nishikawa, will always do that bit, in terms of the defending part. But it's about stopping LCS going forwards. So that's why, I think Miko Sugic, he's going to form a tree in the middle together with Blake and Fatula.
And of course, one last thing about this one. We heard Kim Do-hoon mention this Asian Champions League debut twice. We've seen him make changes today. Do you think there is an opportunity that if their eye is off the ball in any way today, the champions, Tanjong Pagar United can take advantage of that?
Yeah, 100%. I think they can't go into this game thinking that the game has already been won and thinking about the Champions League game on Friday. They got to think about today. Today is more important than the ACL game next week. So they got to go out there with all guns blazing. And he said it. He's going to go out to attack anyway. Try to get a goal, second goal very quickly early on in the game. But it's up to Tanjong Pagar to stop them.
Shatu, thank you very much. This really is a game to savor. As you can see, everything is set fair. The atmosphere is building beautifully here at Jalan Besar. The crowd is really filling up nicely. We have two great sides, the best two on the table so far this season, and that promises something special indeed. Of course, we'll be able to keep you updated on tonight's other game as the goals go in that one, and our commentators will be doing just that. I'll be back at half-time to analyse whatever we see here in this first half. But in just a moment, it'll be back to Shasi, who'll be with Paul Maysfield for commentary as Lion City Sailors take on Tanjong Pagar United.
It's first versus second in the AIA Singapore Premier League tonight at the Jalan Besar Stadium. More than that, it's the team with the least number of goals conceded, only 3, up against the highest scoring side with 16 goals so far this season. Can the Lion City Sailors extend their lead at the top of the table, or can the only unbeaten team in the league, Tanjong Pagar, cause an upset to the reigning champions and go above them in the standings? It's Lion City Sailors versus Tanjong Pagar United. It's live, and it all starts now. A very warm welcome to you wherever you are, and I can say it is very, very warm and very humid here. And to testify to that is Sashi Kumar, who's sitting alongside me. It is a little bit sticky compared with the conditions we've had over the past week, Sash.
Yeah, it's been very, very humid indeed, and yeah, very hot. But let's hope the football is as hot as the weather today, Paul. You know, I think we're expecting sparks today, especially as I think you would say it, very attritional.
Yeah, well, we had sparks the other day, didn't we, where the Lion City Sailors had to fight incredibly hard with that 1-0 victory over the Young Lions. And whilst that game was going on, Tanjong Pagar found themselves 3 goals down to Tampines Rovers. Yet somehow, in the last 22 minutes of that game, it all turned on its head. Nishiguchi with a brace, and then that final finish from Sugic to ensure that it ended as a 3-3 draw and keep that unbeaten run going for Tanjong Pagar, the only side yet to taste defeat this season in the AIA Singapore Premier League. So the two sides are almost all set to come out. The Lion City Sailor fans have got all hands on deck. That is their logo, that is their motto, and they seem to be out in force tonight, the fans, to get behind the Lion City Sailors as this their final game before they head off to go and play in the Asian Champions League, where they will have 6 games from the 15th of April to the 30th of April against the likes of Shandong Tiasian, Yuara Red Diamonds and Daegu FC. But it's pressing matters domestically that count and that mean so much tonight as they take on an undefeated Tanjong Pagar side that has managed to score 16 goals so far this season, the leading goal scorers in the league. But let's not forget, it is the tightest defence with the Lion City Sailors, having only conceded 3 so far, and they are sitting at the top of the pile with 13 points. So fist pumps all round, as you would expect. It's Tanjong Pagar going down the line, and our match official tonight, Mohamed Taki, no stranger to Singapore football, of course, has officiated a game against Chelsea and Bayern in the ICC back in 2017. Was also part of the Under-17 World Cup in South Korea, the 2019 Asian Cup, the World Cup finals for the Under-20s, I should say, in 2019 as well. And actually has been helping out in India, where he did officiate the final, where Bengaluru FC defeated Goa 1-0 back in the 2018-19 season, and really did give a good account of himself and was a real credit to Singapore officials. So 4 changes then to the starting lineup made by Kim Do-hoon. Iswan Mahbud may be the surprise coming in for Hassan. Song Woo-young is out injured, as is Hafiz Noor. Adam misses out as well. Ikram, Anaki and also Anu comes into the starting lineup in what looks to be a little bit more stronger and a little bit more physical, as that seems to be what the Lion City Sailors think that they will be up against today. As for Tanjong Pagar, the suspension to Rehan means that Dan Bennett will get a start in the back line. Dan Bennett, of course, 44 years old, the record cap holder for Singapore with 146 caps and 7 goals. Fatullah comes back into the starting lineup for Faisal, and Khairul Nizam will get a start up front, another veteran. So they have brought in the experience today, Tanjong Pagar, to try and cope with the threat of the Lions City Sailors. Let's not forget as well that Sugic was announced as the player of the month, and Hazrin Jilani, due to not being defeated, won the manager of the month or the coach of the month. Kim Do-hoon will be looking for that next month. He's got other matters at hand with the Champions League, and as mentioned, 6 games in 15 days is not going to be easy for them. But you've got to take each game at a time, and that is the key element and the most important thing. Sashi, I always say this to you before a game starts. We have a look at the man there with Hassan Gilani, and of course Noel Amshai. I had a good chat with him a little bit earlier on in the changing room. Their point about tonight, they think they can get the job done. They've got the experience. Can they get it done though, Sashi? That is the big question.
That's a very big question. I quite like that, you know, 2 coaches just smiling at the cameras instead of being so, you know, very, very serious about things. But yeah, this is a big one for them. The biggest challenge so far for Tanjong Pagar against probably the best side in terms of squad depth and stuff. But they need to turn up, LCS, because you can't just turn up and concentrate or think about the Asian Champions League game next Friday. They got to think about this. It's the here and now. And just judging from the team and the quality, you got to say that LCS, they have to win this.
Well, they will be hoping for a better performance than the one the other night against the Young Lions, where the Young Lions could and did cause all sorts of problems. Straight away though, Farid's just clearing his lines. A bit of a rejig. Farid's moving to the left-hand side with Bennett going into the middle. Emrikong will stay on the right-hand side of that 3-man defence. Here's Ikram. Saw this tempered and measured start, didn't we, the last time out, where they just looked to keep the ball, the Lion City Sailors, and it was Shadan that hit the post after just 4 minutes. Shadan Sulaiman. This is a different Tanjong Pagar side, though, that aren't afraid to go a little bit more direct, and I think we'll see that again tonight. Nice little cushion ball in for Khairul Nizam. Here's Shadan. Former teammates, of course, over at Tampines. There you go. There's the first strong challenge. No nonsense from Blake Rikuto.
There we go. Things to come, probably. The league challenge. Definitely on Anaki there.
Ikram down the flank, just losing out, so it's clipped forwards nicely as well. It's the player of the month, Sugic, that found himself over on that right-hand side, looking to cause some problems. Here's Gabriel Quack. Was very lively for that first hour before he got bought off against the Young Lions, as that ball just skips through into Zafan in goal. Easy pickings for the keeper.
Yeah, Anaki was onside, but a little bit too far overplayed. Zafan, too easy for him.
Tajeli, he had a good game the other night. Very good outing in the right back position. One of the more standout players, you would say, Sash. We had a chat after the game, didn't we? And we liked the look of him.
Yeah, I think that was one of his better games. Tajeli, vulnerable from certain positions in terms of his focus, but on that day, he was probably one of their best players.
So the methodical build-up again. Gabriel Quack tried to help it down the line. Closed down quickly, though, by Nishikawa, who's been asked to just slot in there to that left wing-back role for tonight. This is a surprise. This one, Mahbud in goal. Has that surprised you? I mean, Hassan kept a clean sheet last time out.
But he isn't even on the bench, Hassan, so there might be some injury or some illness. We don't know exactly what's happening, but yeah, not a bad replacement.
Maybe just resting him. Of course, with the Asian Champions League coming up, you mentioned a little bit earlier on in the pre-show that they're off on Monday, and it's not going to be an easy task for them. Gabriel Quack looking to try and create a yard. Farid goes in and concedes a throw-in.
Yeah, I can see in this position where Anumandan has come in and Shadan, he's pushed on further forward, and he already made that late run into the box.
Here's Pedro Enrique. Anu dropping into that back line to almost make a 3. Harris with the big diagonal. Will it get there? Yes, it will. Ikram pushed on. Has a little look and finds Diego Lopez. Most expensive player in Singapore. Anu keeps it simple. Here's Harris. Kim Shin-wook, I don't think, has touched the ball yet. And Shadan goes for goal and almost catches out Zarfan, but just enough as the keeper backpedaled to claim that one above his head.
Yeah, he just found himself in a little bit of space in between the defense and midfield. I just think that he wanted to cross this one, but in the end, easy for Zarfan.
That was going to be the next question. You tell me, cross or shot?
Cross.
Bakari. Nowhere to go, so retains possession. Zarfan with a big ball forwards. Tajeli with the header inside. Shadan picking up that second ball. 5 minutes gone. Nice pace to the game. Ikram just keeps it simple. 26-year-old who came through the Home United youth ranks, so almost come the full circle as the Lion City Sailors have taken over the role of Home United over the past few seasons. There's Harris with that big diagonal again, just trying to find out Anarchy. Diego Lopez again first to pounce on that second ball. They're winning all the second balls at the moment, Sashi, which is why they're having the lion's share of possession.
But Tanjong Pagar wouldn't mind letting them have the possession in those areas. Great tackle from Farid there.
Got the timing spot on. Had to as well, because Gabriel Quack has the pace to skip and jink past those challenges. There he is with a nice little flick and a back heel. Tajeli and Gabriel just trying to keep it tight there, but it's too tight, and in the end just spoons straight up in the air, and that's going to be a throw-in for the Lion City Sailors. Farid with another challenge. Did come off a white shirt last. That's why the goal kick has been awarded.
We talked about trying to cut out the lanes, especially for crosses to Shin-wook, and I think they've done that so far, and have probably done that a lot during training sessions. You can see as soon as the ball is played out in wide areas, those wing backs or even central defenders of Farid and Emmerich will push on, try to stop that from happening.
Help forwards from Emmerich Ong. To know about, but that doesn't matter. Again, they don't mind, and they're happy to get the ball up the other end of the field of play and battle and fight for it up there. Seems to be very much the mantra of this Tanjong Pagar side. Bakari with a little bit of time and space. Lovely ball inside for Sugic. And that was almost the perfect pass, looking for the run of play Krikuto, who just got ahead of the strikers there.
Yep. One of a few times he will make those runs, but that was good play from Akari down the right-hand side. Wonderful play. Of course, won the league with LCS last season.
Decent ball into the box. Diego Lopez with a looping header, and it's come out of absolutely nothing. It looked like a long, hopeful ball played into the box, and Tanjong Pagar just did not deal with it. But Diego Lopez attacks it perfectly and loops it into the back of the net.
What a ball from Ikram Rifki. Absolutely perfect, on the money for Diego Lopez. But Shodai Nishikawa, I think, was caught napping, and Farid Hamid didn't know who was behind him. He caught it very cleanly, Diego Lopez, and of all players, Diego Lopez hits that one into the back of the net.
not the tallest player on the pitch at 5'8", but he still took that incredibly well. Diego Lopez, the 27-year-old, made his debut against Tanjong Pagar back in the year 2021, the 21st of March, and he likes scoring against them, doesn't he? A cool, calm finish. The looping header means that it's the Lion City Sailors that are 1-0 up.
Beautiful delivery as well from Ikram, the player who's come on for Nur Adam.
Well, let's not forget they did take the lead in the 15th minute and managed to hang on for the full 90 the other day, but you feel there are more goals here because Gabriel Quack is in behind here, but just messes up with a cross. Could have had another touch. Does prefer to get it on his left, but just snatched at that slightly.
Yeah, he knows it as well. He had so much time to even control it and then put it into Shinwook's head. But then a very good ball from Anumandan there. Great diagonal ball just behind the defense.
I still don't think that Kim Shin-wook has touched the ball yet. We're 10 minutes into the game. He hasn't touched the ball yet. That ball was probably going to be aimed for him, but it was Diego Lopez that drifted in, and as you said, caught Farid's out ball watching because he didn't know what was coming in behind him. But that was a fantastic looping header of Azarfan. So yet again, Tanjong Pagar go behind in a game. Here is the first touch from Kim Shin-wook, and it's a nice little ball down the line for Gabriel Quack. Albrechts and Nagacha have gone 1-0 up against Tampines as well. So it's all happening at the moment. We had this the other night, didn't we, where goals were going in simultaneously.
Probably what is needed anyway in this game, especially for Tanjong Pagar to come out and play and try to attack the LCS team.
Get it forward a bit quicker, go and have a battle up there. That's what we might see from Tanjong Pagar, but they won't be too worried, won't be overly concerned. 3-0 down the other night, and they proved that anything can happen. They fought their way back in for a solitary point. Ball hooked on nicely, but Harris is there to just mop things up. So doesn't get the better of Anu, who just clears his lines. And Amanthan, who's been brought in today for Song Hee-yong, the 27-year-old. He had a spell up at Kedah last year, playing for Idle Sharing, of course, a former Home United player himself as a holding midfield player who's in charge up in Kedah. Shoulder to shoulder, play on, says the referee. Nishiguchi with an opportunity, cuts inside, pulls the trigger, but it's straight down the throat of Iswan Mahbud. No problems for the keeper there.
Well, I don't think it was a foul. It was a shoulder charge from Rio, and then could he have just slid the ball in for Sugic in the middle? He was open in the middle there. You can see it from this angle, but ran for goal. Already scored 8 goals this season, so why not?
Oh, his name is Rio, and he dances past defences. That was evident on that occasion. Here he is again, getting on the ball. It does seem as though Sugic is in a more advanced position. As Nishikawa just couldn't keep that one in play. Just overplayed there from Fatullah. Saw him a couple of games ago getting a start for Fatullah, then got bought off. Wasn't doing enough in the middle of the park, which is why he got substituted and changed. Kim Shin-wook with a huge ball ballooned up in the air. Nice little touch and turn, and that's a little bit better from Tanjong Pagar, battling away to keep the ball. Sugic gets it out of his feet. Strong challenge though from the skipper, Haris Harun, who strolls forwards and then tries that big diagonal. He loves that crossfield pass, doesn't he? Finds Gabriel Quack, closing down, and good defending in the end from Nishikawa. Gets back inside, but jumps all over the back of Gabriel Quack and concedes a free kick in a very, very dangerous position.
Well, he did everything all right. before that Shodai Nishikawa, but then didn't need to do that. Overzealous in his tackle on Gabriel Quack, and an opportunity here for Shinwood to put his head on this one.
We may see Gabriel go for goal here. It's on the left. He may like this, he may fancy this. Shadan can deliver. See what they've been working on in training. It does look as though Mohamed Taki's spray isn't working to full effect yet, as he gives the can another little shake, and you can see there the little dregs here. He's going to get rid of that can, I think. Yeah. It's as though he's run out of foam. Right, will it be Gabriel or will it be Shadan? It's Shadan, decent ball to the far post. Important header that was on that occasion from Khairul Nizam, just to flick it away from Harris. Ball back in though. This time it's Farrett, straight up in the air. Shadan with another opportunity, just keeps it simple though. And the Lion City Sailors start again. Tajeli concedes possession. That second ball though, yet again being picked up by a white shirt. That's where this game is at the moment, isn't it, yeah. Sashi, where all the second balls are being picked up by the Lion City Sailors.
Yeah, exactly, and that's where they're under pressure again, Tanjong Pagar.
Maybe Kuto with a little cushioned header. Khairul Nizam keeps it but loses out. A chance here now for Anaki. Nice little ball for Gabriel Quack, who pops up on the left, tries to pull it in, headed away from Nishikawa. Foul. Cardi goes to ground and wins the free kick.
Yeah, Curry initially lost out, and then was very smart in putting his body in between the ball and Anu.
That's like you said, Sasha, he signed from the Lion City Sailors, but was at Home United. He'd been there since 2016, so a 5-year stint, amassing 110 league games for the club. His dad, of course, former famous player, international, Abdullah Noor. A little bit of a ricochet means it goes in favour of the Lion City Sailors. Given away though, Nishikawa, Nishiguchi, and this time the ricochet goes in favour of the team in blue. They don't make the most of it though. Punted forwards. Diego Lopez, the intended target. And Bennett just picks that one off though. Puts it away. Kim Shin-wook. Flag looked as though it stayed down there.
Yeah.
Tanjong Pagar look as though they're just getting a foothold into the game now. That looks as though it's overplayed. Farrett's nose as well. Nolam Shah up off the bench, trying to encourage his side going forwards.
Yeah, this pitch was just watered before the start of the game, so the ball's got to be played precisely.
It can just skip off the surface, and once it skips, it goes. That's an important header. Here's Khairul Nizam now. Back inside, Sugic tries to help it on to Blake. Bikuto is on Marble with a scramble clearance, but Shadan picks up the ball and does ever so well to find Anu. Here's Diego Lopez. Anaki on the right-hand side now. Seems to have swapped with Gabriel Quack, who's found with that long searching ball, but he couldn't just put it back across goal. And that means it's going to be a goal kick.
Yeah, he just cut in from the right-hand side and tried to play the ball in for Gabriel Quack, who had ended up on the left-hand side. Just couldn't keep control of the ball. It was overplayed a little. An opportunity there for a counter-attack for LCS. Very good to see the way they played out there. Shadan very instrumental.
Harris coolly and calmly just collects that one. Anu swizzes it out to Anarchy, back into Anu, to Jelly. They are moving the ball better than they did the other night against the Young Lions, the Lion City Sailors. That big switch again, looking for Diego Lopez. Cushions it down the line. Icardi tries to get the better of Faritz, but doesn't. And another goal kick.
Yeah, Faritz showing his experience there. Wonderful defending, 1v1 against Anaki. Used his body very well there, Faritz.
Well, Anarchy, of course, who went on loan to Tanjong Pagar last season and played 5 games for them. Played in the 2019 AFF Under-18 Championships for Singapore as well. One to look out for the future. Has the build and the physique. Getting the start tonight. Pedro Enrique again winning that ball comfortably. Shadan helps it on. Kim Shin-wook. Blake Rikuto in strong with the challenge. Bennett retains possession. Khairul Nizam does well. Blake Rikuto, well, you could see what the intention was there. It was a big crossfield pass, and well, Nishiguchi didn't gamble initially there. If it had gambled, it might have caused a problem to Tujeli, who comfortably headed it back to Iswan.
Yeah, the execution from Blake wasn't what he was looking for. The foul that on by Emmerich. There you go.
Yeah, no nonsense defending. Just looks at the referee and says, really? Well, yes it was, because the referee blew the whistle. Here's Gabriel Quack. Anu, the outside of the foot, just looking for the overlapping run there. Just couldn't find him. Again, trying to make things tick. Shadan, a little bit of time and space. Quack fires it in early. Emmerich on with the sliding challenge, conceding the corner.
Yeah, at the moment, Tanjong Pagar, they just can't get a foothold on the game. There's no out ball at the moment. No one to hold up play whenever they come out. So they're always forced to defend. And they've got to defend from a corner here.
Can they? That is the big question. Shadan it will be who delivers. Was there a little bit of tugging out the near post? Kim Shin-wook wanted the free kick. So did Enrique, but it wasn't given. Ishikawa thinking about closing down. Quite now on the right hand side, so another change. The two wingers seem to be swapping every 5 or so minutes. Well, halfway through this first 45 minutes, that's how quickly it's gone. It is the Lion City Sailors that are leading by a goal to nil, courtesy of a Diego Lopez looping header after a fantastic ball played in. Shadan, lovely ball. Gabriel Quack, flag's gone up. Flag went up a little bit late as well there.
It was a wonderful ball from Shadan there, just over the top. Took one touch and then knew where Gabriel Quack was. There, eyes looking up, but offside given. Can't really tell from there.
It looked almost as though it was the right decision. It did look as though they were trying to hold that line, Tanjong Pagar. But again, we saw that with Gabriel Quack the other night, didn't we? Him straying, looking across the line and still going offside, rather than just checking, because he has the pace to get in there, Sashi.
Exactly, and together with Hafiz Noor as well in that game, a couple of times got caught offside. You're the last man. You can look at the line, stay onside.
Tarfan is well advanced and clips a lovely ball into Nishikawa, who gets away from his man. Nishikawa back inside. Just couldn't sort his feet out, Nishiguchi. Nishikawa wins it back though. Fatullah tries to clip one in. Harris with a header away. Diego Lopez lets it go past his body. Farids. Fatullah. Kikuto finds Bennett. There's Emerikong. Throws one in there. Khairul Nizam lets that one go. It's going to be kept in by Nishikawa. Nishiguchi. Lovely ball back inside. Fatullah just couldn't get it under control and has to take one for the team there. And the referee pulls that back. He's lucky not to get a yellow card there. Well, there you go. He is reaching for his pocket. You can see exactly what Fatullah was doing.
Yeah, and great refereeing as well from Taki there. Tried to play advantage, and it wasn't coming, and had to call playback. And Fatullah, if you are a Tanjong Pagar fan, he did the right thing.
Got booked in the last game that he started as well, 2 games ago. Decent ball fired in. Bennett, though, comfortable with the clearance. Looks as though Khairul Nizam's gone to ground and looks as though he has a problem. That's not going to be good for Tanjong Pagar. Decent ball into the far post, but just overcooked. Well shepherded out by Nishikawa.
Yeah, Khairul Nizam hasn't had the best of starts to this game. And, called upon, hasn't really...
They're making a change, Sashi.
Yeah.
It looks as though it's going to be Rashidi who comes on. Yeah, it is.
Yeah, player who has been plagued by injury, Khairul Nizam, and continues here.
Substitution for Tanjong Pagar United. 12, Khairul Nizam, released by 7, Rashidi Sullivan.
So Rashidi will come on.
And he goes straight into that Khairul Nizam's role. A product of the NFA and Young Lions.
Oh, that's a shame. He was working hard, was Khairul Nizam. Played 18 games last year for Tanjong Pagar. Rashidi hasn't really been a regular so far this season. Lovely ball back inside. Diego Lopez. That's 2. Call as you like. That is a very, very good, accomplished finish from an accomplished player. Diego Lopez just strolled into the edge of that box, pulled the trigger, bottom corner, found 2-0 Lion City Sailors.
Oh, that was a classy finish, wasn't it? Shadan started the move, and this was a superb ball from Gabriel Quack. Just into the path, one touch. Knew what he was doing right from the get-go. Just a stiff grounder into the far corner.
I tell you, it's a great run, you know, from Shadan, who's dragged that defence away. And it looks as though Farage just got caught ball watching because Diego Lopez strolled in behind and made absolutely no mistake going back across the keeper. And before you know it, Lion City Sailors are 2 up.
Well, they went down 3-0 the last game. Is this a little bit too far for Tanjong Pagar?
This is a different side, but you never know. Nishikawa, decent ball in, not enough bodies in the box though. Only Nishiguchi really in there. Well, when you consider that it was an own goal after just 12 minutes that started Tampines against Tanjong Pagar. They were 2-0 up after 19 minutes. At least they've got through to the half-hour mark this time. The goal didn't come until the second 45 minutes. You can't write Tanjong Pagar off, though. You just have this knack of being able to come back in games.
But in the attacking sense, they need to do better here in this game, especially. They need to pour players forward at least and not give away balls like that. It's poor pass.
Yeah, poor and sloppy on that occasion from Fatullah. Just need a little bit more composure when they're going into that final third. There's been one-way traffic, to be fair. The possession stats will show you as well that it is the Lion City Sailors that have had the majority of that. And they've looked very comfortable. Lovely turn from Diego Lopez, who's on absolute fire tonight. He's running at the back line. Is he going to pull the trigger? No, finds Gabriel Quack. Gabriel Quack checks back, dinks it in. Red on that occasion, but not cleared, and the long-range shot fired and drilled in from Anaki gets deflected over the top. That's going to be another corner.
Wow, you just got to admire that wonderful turn from Diego Lopez. We're not going to see it here, but Anaki with that final shot, and it came off Dan Bennett, I think, for a corner kick. But Diego Lopez, you're right, he is on fire today.
You have to ask the question, why didn't they play this way the other day? You do have to ask that question because they look unstoppable tonight. Shadan again will deliver. Fires it in, keeper comes a long way, and Zarfan claims it well and looks to get on with things quickly. Decent ball out as well to Nishiguchi. He gets closed down very, very quickly. Doesn't win the throw-in though to Jelly. The throw-in taken quickly as well to Rusaidi. Rusaidi showing that he's got a few little tricks as well with a couple of turns. As well to retain possession. Lose it again, so Diego Lopez can stroll forwards. Oh, what a ball. Surely this is number 3. Kim Shin-wook, good save. Shadan checks back with the left foot. Gabriel Quack. Shadan onside. 3-0. Tanjong Pagar just did not deal with that ball, but again, beautiful from Diego Lopez. That little looping ball over the top, the little scoop was absolutely sublime to the path of Shadan, who eventually gets the goal.
Well, Shadan actually deserved that goal for that earlier run that he made. And what a ball. This was the earlier run, and then his second touch went to Shin-wook, who probably could have scored. And then Shadan, after all this, good control and calmly slotted the ball home for LCS's third goal. And it all came from a Tanjong Pagar attack in possession. But I tell you what, they are on fire today, and they will be going to Thailand looking really comfortable in the league.
Will they? Nishiguchi's coming. He's had to check back though. It's unbelievable to think that they're playing this well now. Yet a couple of days ago against the Young Lions, They just weren't at the races.
Yeah,
frustrating.
They look pretty sluggish as well, but to be fair, let's take a look at chance here. Nope, it's a corner kick, but just to be fair, the young Lions are a possession side as well, so they kept possession well as well, so you can't compare that with the Tanjong Pagar side, who prefer to sit back deep and try to catch LCS on the break. But at the moment, the players like Sugic, they got to do better. He lost the ball for that third goal in the middle of the park. That didn't chase back, so problems here for Tanjong Pagar.
Can they get one before half-time? That's what they'll be thinking. Ball whipped in, it's gone out of play though. Kuto went and challenged. Put everything in the back of the net by the looks of things.
He headed Ikram into the net there.
It happens. So actually there was a day years and years and years ago when centre forwards could basically put the goalkeeper, the ball, defenders, everything in the back of the net.
Yep.
And I'm talking about early 70s is when the rules started to change, where that wasn't allowed anymore. Kuto wins the free kick in the middle of the park. Real solid professional performance so far from the Lion City Sailors. Flag goes up, just straight offside. Disappointing there, Akari.
I think Akari made the right run, but the ball came late there from Rushaidi Salimi. Really knew that Akari was on his bike. He should have played the ball earlier.
Oh, that's a sloppy pass. It's Sugic.
Yeah.
Strong challenge coming in. Nice ball forwards from Faritz. Nishiguchi skips past one. Can't skip past two, and that long ball asking Kim Shin-wook to go and chase. He'll get his body in the way. Waits for support. The man of the moment, Diego Lopez. Kim Shin-wook just hangs it up at the far post. A real chance! What a header that was from Akari Ismet. And a good save in the end from Zarfan.
Well, Shin-wook, that turn provider, just looped one into the air. And Aki was a little bit unlucky there, because the ball was there to be won. It was hung in there. And Akari was just standing still. So, I have to say, pretty unlucky from Anaki.
Free kick's been awarded for that. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
He's gone and attacked the ball there.
Yeah.
You've got to feel for Anaki Ismet, because he's leapt high, his arms have just been in the air, and would you believe while all that's going on, we've had 4 goals now over at our Tampines hub. Tampines 2, Albrechts Niigata 2. What is going on at our Tampines hub?
Brilliant.
It's
Brilliant
goal central.
Yeah, exactly. Brilliant game of football as well there. And we already got 3 goals here. Wonderful night of football here in the ESPL.
Stop the world, I want to get off, because there's just goals everywhere. It is, of course, Kopatovic who scores again, so that's a brace for him. One of his goals got chalked off the other day, so that's why he's on 7 at the top of the goal-scoring charts. That's now gone to 9. Penalty was his first goal in the 30th minute before adding a second 8 minutes later. Faritz, decent ball, flag's gone up though. Wasn't the best glancing header from Rusaidi, but you could see what they were trying to do.
Yeah, made that good run into, or from outside in, and good spot as well.
It's been a very close goal. Tijeli tries the crossfield pass, Emmerich on, wins it though, flicked on by Blake Bikuto. To no avail. That second ball yet again being picked up by a white shirt. Here's Gabriel Kwak. Nice little flick down the line. How do you stop him? He is absolutely scintillating tonight, Diego Lopez.
Yeah, he's unplayable today. And Farid's there, got the run around and lucky not to get into Taki's books there. Look at this. Brilliant.
A chance to deliver some quality. It will be Gabriel Quack who will fire it in. Will we get a fourth? It's hung up. It was the target, but it's headed away from Farid. It's not far enough. Easily mopped up by Ikram. Shadan. Fans getting a little bit excited down in front of us. Big cheers as they are passing the ball around. Shadan finds Diego Lopez. Back to Shadan. Kim Shin-wook playing right on the shoulder, looking to get in behind. Diego Lopez says, I'll hang it up for you, big man. Kim Shin-wook just couldn't bring that under control, but retains possession. Hanaki. Nanu to Shadan. Jelly plays it up the line. No one has gone with Anaki. Anaki, he hangs it up. Kim Shin-wook off the chest and the volley closed down though. Have they stopped the corner? No, they didn't. So it is going to be a corner for Lion City Sailors.
That was nicely worked. And Tajeli there. Where was the marking? Down this side on the left-hand side. And Shin-wook showing good control there on his chest.
Header back across goal.
Maybe, yeah. Yep.
I mean, we know what he's like in the air. But by taking that touch, just allowed Akadi to come and close the space a little bit. Shadan to deliver. 4 white shirts to aim for. 5 now in the box. Gabriel Quack. We won't talk about that one.
You know, a player of his quality, you know, that could have done better. Way off target on his left foot as well.
You can see he's a little bit disappointed with that, the way that he was walking away from the incident. Farid concedes possession. Gabriel Quack is the man that picks it up. Scoops it forwards. Little flick from Shadan. Gabriel Quack. Dan Bennett it was that had to throw himself in the way of that strike.
Well, at the moment, Tanjong Pagar, they're losing their way, especially in the middle, in midfield rather. They just can't keep hold of Shadan and Diego Lopez, and here they come again.
It's a poor pullback after getting into a fantastic position. Danger not clear though. Ikram delivers deep. Diego Lopez in there again for a hat-trick! No, denied right on the line by Dan Bennett. Well, that would have been a 42-minute hat-trick had that crossed the line.
And Shodai Nishikawa completes the clearance there, but yeah, they're all over Tanjong Pagar here, the LCS side. Total command of this game.
Well, it is the Rugby Sevens this weekend in Singapore. We could have a rugby score here, the way that Lion City Sailors are playing. They look as though they've been on the training ground from the second they left that Young Lions game to the second they've arrived on the pitch today. Very, very dominant. Just a couple of minutes to go till half-time. Fourth official getting ready to raise the board with the number on it. Can't be more than 1 or 2 minutes. It's been a very, very open game. Diego Lopez outside of the foot to Gabriel Quack. Back inside, a real chance and opportunity, and it's hit the crossbar. Kim Shin-wook has missed, but the flag has gone up, so it wouldn't have counted. Ooh, he's very, very lucky there, Kim Shin-wook.
Very lucky, or else that would have been the miss of the season. We had one the other day with Diego Lopez, and this time around, Shin-wook tried to do better, but You got to admire the build-up play here. This was the initial shot. The keeper fluffed it, and you can say that Shenwook was in an offside position when the shot was taken. But the build-up play, Tanjong Pagar can't handle them at the moment.
Well, I think there'll be some harsh words said in the dressing room of Tanjong Pagar at half-time. Sugic wins the header. Can they get a foothold back into this game just before half-time? A goal would be enough for them to go in there and give them a bit of confidence. Nishikawa, Sugic. He's going to try and skip past the challenges. The double team from Diego Lopez. Was there a shove? No, said the referee. Play allowed to continue. Full ball not out of play, so the referee allowing play to continue. Faritz.
Yeah, much better from Tanjong Pagar, showing a little bit of ambition going forwards. Faritz initially played that ball in. Just dragged his shot wide. Anaki, I think, with that lunging tackle.
The shot the other day that went high and wide, if I remember correctly. Today it was low and wide. 2 minutes will be added at the end of the first 45, and fourth official will raise the board and tell us that in about 1 second time. There you go. Big switch not coming off there from Tajeli. Akari can deal with that one and allows it to run out of play. Americon tries to get things going again. Rashidi, who's dropped a little bit deeper, he looks for a big switch. Both sides looking at those diagonals in that first 45 minutes, Sashi, haven't they? It's worked to an extent for the Lion City Sailors. It hasn't worked so much for Tanjong Pagar. A chance here, though, for Nishiguchi to try and get a cross in. Crowded out, Nanu just mops things up. Diego Lopez with a lovely little layoff, wants it back and gets it back. Kim Shin-wook out wide, onside, flag stays down, in behind. Kim Shin-wook puts it on a play, does he? What a challenge that was from Akari. Danger not clear yet, though. What a chance again from Anaki. 2 opportunities there, in beyond the defence to get a goal, but it just wouldn't happen. It could have been 5 or 6 for the Lion City Sailors this first 45.
Well, if they're not already dead and buried, they should have been there. Diego Lopez, at the moment, unplayable in the middle of the park there. He's running the show. And that ball was a wonderful one for Shin-wook to take on his first touch.
You have to say, it's possibly one of the best individual 45 minutes that we've seen so far this season, and possibly last season as well, for somebody to have such an impact on a game. He has been at the heart of absolutely everything the Lion City Sailors have done today. There is the half-time whistle. Well, scoreline flatters to deceive. It flatters Tanjong Pagar because it should have been more. It's only 3, but it's Diego Lopez, and it's the Diego Lopez show at the moment. 2 goals from him, the first coming in the 9th minute, the second coming in the 28th, and a little scoop forwards for Shadan Sulaiman to run onto it and get that goal at the second attempt. Means that at half-time here at the Jalan Besar Stadium, it's Lion City Sailors 3, Tanjong Pagar United 0.
Our stadium, we have got some freestyle dance going on, and it's a party atmosphere for the home side, for whom the first half was a free scoring one. As they celebrate and their fans celebrate at halftime, it has been a dominant showing by Singapore's champions. 13 shots, 6 of them on target, 3 finding their way into the goal, and there could have been so many more against Tanjong Pagar United, who've been on the back foot, to say the least, here this evening. Well, let's break that one down with Shashi Kumar, who's watched a first half that really, right from the get-go, saw dominance from Lion City Sailors. If we take a little look at what happened in that game, really, it was a case of not doing what they set out to do. Tanjong Pagar unable to stop the crosses, stop the ball going wide, and as a result, they suffered from early on.
Exactly, and this is one of the few chances that they had to cross the ball in. This was probably a cross, but it ended up into a shot for Shadan. But like you said, you know, I think it's a combination of LCS being too good on the day. I think they've been absolutely brilliant, and there's another cross, and this was the goal. A wonderful cross from Ikram looking for Diego Lopez, but this time the cross came from a deeper position, so you could excuse them, but you can't excuse the lack of focus there from Farid and Shodai as well. The call should have come, but what a cross and what a finish.
Isn't it ironic that it was Diego Lopez and not the towering Kim Shin Wook who was the target of that, but it was a beautiful finish worthy of the big man. And this three-man defence from Tanjong Pagar has been all at sea, and this was only exacerbated. As ever, Nishiguchi has tried to almost single-handedly make things happen at the other end of the pitch.
Yeah, he probably is their best player today on the night. Very lively down the left-hand side, but you know, the ball, there is no out ball to Tanjong Pagar. As soon as they won the ball, the second ball has always been won by the LCS team and the players, so that's a problem for them. They need to be a little bit ambitious in the second half, I feel.
Let's have a look at the second. It was a thing of beauty, and it was Diego Lopez once again. You know, he's played in fits and starts at times in his time here in Singapore, but he's putting together a stupendous performance this evening, isn't he?
It was a wonderful move that was started by Shadan. He played the ball, made that run, and look at Blake following Shadan, creating the space for this guy who has been unplayable today, and what a finish as well. That's not easy.
This will be a good angle, won't it, Shashi?
Yeah, wonderful finish, and this ball that was threaded in by Gabriel Quack. Look at this. No way the goalkeeper was going to get that. Wonderful finish from Diego Lopez.
And at this stage, Tanjong Pagar United really were in disarray. Look at that, easy as you like. Break Rashuto just sucked into that one. Away goes Diego Lopez again. And, you know, it could have been so many more. There were a number of opportunities created and wasted here. But again, look at the defending, Shashi. They don't seem to be communicating particularly well in terms of that defensive line getting up.
Exactly. And, you know, we talk about the playing from the middle and then going out wide. You know, I think that's a problem for Tanjong Pagar. Look at this. Shadan there, I thought deserved the goal initially with that superb run that he made, but then from this melee, good control and just calmly slotting it past goalkeeper and the defense to make it 3-0.
Yeah, if you wanted to pick someone who could pass the ball into the back of that, you pick the best passer in the team, and he was the guy that did it. But look at the body language from Tanjong Pagar United at this stage. It's been a great run. It's been a 9-game unbeaten run, and it's falling apart badly now, isn't it?
Yeah, you know, I think we always said this. Defensively, they're not the best. And again, against an LCS side who are on fire, to be fair, then you are always going to be in trouble.
Here's a rarity. This was actually Kim standing up across, something he would have liked to have fancied at the far post. As it was, it drew a foul.
Yeah, and to be fair to Anaki, the ball was there to be won, and if you look at Akari, he wasn't even challenging for the ball. It was just watching the ball, backpedaling, and I thought he was a little bit unlucky, but good cross here, I gotta say, standing it up. Probably he should have stand it up for himself.
That was an absolute beauty. And again, you have to say it could have been so much worse. One more chance we've got for you here. Just on the stroke of half-time, it could have been even worse for Tanjong Pagar United. Yet again, disarray at the back. Look at how many times they attempt to clear and then don't get out.
Yeah, a combination of Dan Bennett and Shodai Nishikawa there. And again, after this as well, I think there was a chance for Shin Wook.
Well, that was Gabriel.
Yeah.
And in the end, he just took a little bit too long, really, to get that away. And Shin Wook just couldn't sort those long legs of his out.
Yeah, and he was offside anyway. So, yeah, that could have been the miss of the season, that the linesman's flag.
Let's take a little look at tactically what's happened here today, Shasi. We heard from Hazrat Jailani earlier on before the game about, you know, the key to this one being don't let the ball get into the wide areas, don't let the crosses come in. That patently hasn't happened. Now, we can look all we want at what happens at the other end of the pitch, but, you know, they're staring at a big loss here, aren't they? What do they need to do in the second half?
I think personally, I think they got to be a little bit ambitious in terms of where they want to press LCS, because right now they are very deep, and then they can't stop the ball that is being played out wide. That is the problem, you know. So they've got to push on a little bit further on, get someone on Diego Lopez, get someone on Shadan, and then stop them from the root of the problem where the ball goes out wide, you know, and then play from there. But easier said than done, because they are playing against a side who are on fire, against individual players who are on fire as well.
But also what we may see happening here, and they would be forgiven for doing it, is LCS taking the foot off the gas, mindful of their trip to Thailand, mindful of next Friday against mighty Urawa of Japan, who are going to be probably the most formidable opponents in their Asian Champions League group. So one would imagine that we don't see Diego Lopez, for instance, lasting the distance tonight, do we?
You are very right. You know, I think they could have, they could take the foot off the pedal in the second half, make those changes. They got 5 changes to make as well in the second half. They could, as the game goes on.
Let's have a little look at another aspect of the game that I think is very important here, which is Kim Do-hoon has put a side together here which is really clicking. They've been getting the ball into wide areas, they've been creating crosses, they've been causing trouble. We haven't seen a consistent 90 minutes out of LCS this season yet, have we? Today's an opportunity. Another
opportunity as well, and that's a very, very good point indeed. You know, they played in spurts, but today, the first 45 minutes, they've been outstanding. So I say go out there, put on another performance, maybe another 20 minutes, and then make those changes.
Just showing you a few crosses here, a few examples of what they've looked good at, and there's a structure to them. Earlier in the season, the balls were coming from very straight, weren't they, towards Kim Shin-wook. We've seen angles played today. I've liked the way they've created this by going through midfield, and they've bypassed the otherwise dangerous Tanjong Pagar midfield, which I think is missing Sugic playing in that false 9 role.
I think it's a movement, the movement of the LCS players that are causing loads of trouble. They've got Shadan, they've got Anu, they've got Diego Lopez running rings around them in the middle of the park.
All right, Shashi, thank you very much. So there's been plenty for the home fans to enjoy so far this evening. Top of the table, they'll be staying there. They're 3 goals to the good. Now, there has been an extraordinary game going on yet again at our Tampines Hub. We never have a dull game at our Tampines Hub in this league. Albirex Niigata were 2 up before Boris Kapitovic, who's on fire right now, dragged Tampines Rovers back into it. Firdaus with the goal that has turned things around remarkably there. 3-2 they lead against Albirex. Remember, that's a clash of the sides in 3rd and 4th places in this league. But we'll be back to what's happening in this clash between 1st and 2nd after the break. And on the evidence of that first half, the question has to be just how many more will the champions score? Find out with the second half, which is next.
Jalan Besar Stadium. It is, of course, the AIA Singapore Premier League. And what a first 45 minutes we've had. It is the Lion City Sailors leading by 3-0. And it could have been more. It really could have been more. There's no question about that. It does look as though we will have a couple of changes, and we'll bring you those as soon as it happens. But Sashi, what do Tanjong Pagar need to do this second 45 minutes to try and get themselves back into the game?
I think they need to get a little bit ambitious going forwards. They need to sacrifice the defensive part a bit, push on a little, and try to press LCS more in the midfield third instead of their defensive third. So it's easier said than done, especially with at the LCS side, players in top form.
Lestien coming on then for the Lion City Sailors. And as for Tanjong Pagar, I thought I saw Kyril Amri coming on as well. Yes, I did. And it is Fatullah that goes out. So they are trying to make a little bit more of an attacking move, it has to be said. We've had all the songs through half-time. We've had Flex Your Muscles. Come on, Sashi, show me your muscles down here. Great fun, great atmosphere here at Jalan Besar Stadium when the Lion City Sailors are playing at home.
Exactly, and you know, that change for Tanjong Pagar with Kyril Amri coming in. So Mirko Sugic will come in and drop in and play in his usual position.
I feel that will obviously help the situation. It is Anaki that is the player that has gone off the field of play. There's Diego Lopez. Again, absolutely on fire in that first 45 minutes. Nicely played behind Lestien. Kim Shin-wook makes it 4. What a start to the second 45 minutes. They're all looking at the linesman for an offside flag, but within 45 seconds of the restart, you do feel that is going to be game, set and match as Kim Shin-wook scores his 6th of the season.
Well, that was so unselfish of Maxime Lestien there. He could have taken it on his own. Instead, pulled it back for Shin-wook. As the ball comes across, look at that. Could have easily gone for a goal, and it was too easy. The ball coming across from Tajeli, looking for the offside. And just the referee not giving it. And they're still protesting. And it's no point because the goal has been allowed. Shin-wook gets his name on the score sheet.
That will please him, and it will please his coach no end. Diego Lopez just getting involved in a little bit of an altercation. It seems as though there are a few players that aren't 100% agreeing with absolutely everything that's been done and awarded there. So the referee trying to calm everything down. And again, with Mohamed Taki, you've got one of the most experienced referees here in the league. Goal stands and he's telling everyone just to calm down.
I think the other players should just walk away and let him deal with the situation, because I think it was between Kyril Amri and Diego Lopez, I think. Just showing frustration, the Tanjong Pagar players.
Surely there's no way back now for Tanjong Pagar. Well, the ball still in the back of the net, and finally it makes its way to the halfway line. Zarfan maybe trying to feel a little bit hopeful that the referee was going to say yes, it was offside. Be nice to see a different angle from that, and maybe we can see that in a minute if it was offside or not. Tanjong Pagar certainly thought so, but just 45 seconds into that second half, Lion City Sailors in total control. Taguchi looks like a man on a mission, just trying to chase down there. Wins it back. Kyra Lamry thought about the shot. Gets himself a yard of space. Closed down though. Still Kyra Lamry deflected wide, a corner.
Yeah, suddenly found himself in a little bit of space there after a mistake in the middle of the park for LCS. Ran on for a full 20-30 yards before unleashing, but well deflected.
Will that wake up Tanjong Pagar? It's Norlam Shah who's standing up patrolling the technical area for Tanjong Pagar at the moment. Jelani just sitting down, allowing Norlam Shah to do that. Decent ball in, headed away though. Good strong header from Pedro Enrique. Got their shape back, flicked away. Diego Lopez it was. Lestien looks to skip past the challenges. A little tug on the shirt. That's all it takes. The referee needs to keep control of this. Could quite easily boil over.
Yeah, especially with the score line and the frustration of being down. Of course, still talking about the offside decision. You just got to play on.
Diego Lopez looking to go through. Dan Bennett with a sliding challenge. You would say that this could be the perfect warm-up game for the Lion City Sailors ahead of the Asian Champions League. Leaving on Monday, of course, and 6 games in 15 days over in Thailand at Buriram. Challenges starting to fly in now. Rosaidi is going to go into the book. Second player to be booked today.
Yeah, very late, nowhere near the ball, and I think Taki made the right decision. He's got to go out there and warn players so that it doesn't happen again.
And then that's his way of stamping his authority on the game. But another chance here for the Lion City Sailors. Drilled in. Really see too much wrong with that. Just bodies being thrown at the ball, which is acceptable.
Yeah, it was given against Shinwook, I think, but you know, always given those situations, especially when the goalkeeper comes out.
And launches that one forwards, but I can't get anything on it. There you go. Diego Lopez and Rosaidi having a little bit of a coming together. Rosaidi just lashing out slightly on Diego Lopez. Well, Rosaidi needs to be careful because he's been booked. Watch this, there's the tug of the shirt, and there's just a little slap on the back. Can't be doing that.
He's got to be careful, Shaidi, coming on as a substitute, and he needs to help his team instead of making it more difficult. Just play on, play the game.
Ishikawa back to Sugic. Sugic switches play. A little bit of back control there from Akari. Decent ball in, but Islam Mahbud just judges that to perfection and easily claims it.
Oh, this was nicely done from Akari there.
Pedro Lopez looked as though he was being targeted there. There were 3 dark blue shirts all around him. Ishikawa again. Emrikong is going to go in the book. They didn't look to be too much wrong with that. They've tried to get on with it quickly. The arm did go across, but Lestien did make a little bit of a meal of it.
Yeah, just looking at that, Lestien knew he was going to get to the ball first. Saw Emmerich use his body, and drew the contact.
There you go. There you can see. I mean, it's only a hand on the stomach, and you can see.
Yeah, he's
Lestienne wants to get on with it quickly. The referee, I think, ultra trying to stamp his authority on this game. It is again. Lestienne, a little back heel. Look for Gabriel, quite couldn't find him. Here's Sugic. Went for goal. Oh, Kyra Lamry not adverse to striking one forwards.
Yeah, nobody expected him to do that. He knew his one was slightly off his line, but a little bit too ambitious there.
They will want to keep a clean sheet. They are the meanest defence in the league, only conceding 3 goals so far this season. The Lion City Sailors. Lovely, lovely switch. Gabriel Quack. Well, unselfish there because there was a big gap at that near post. And Gabriel Quack trying to put it on a plate for Diego Lopez. And then looking to try and get the Brazilian a hat-trick.
Yeah, it was a wonderful diagonal ball initially that was played across. Good control from Gabriel Quack. And like you said, very unselfish, tried to play it for Maxime Lestienne. Switch sides with Gabriel.
Decent ball fired in. Headed away in. So then we'll have another bite of the cherry. Ball fired out wide. Lestienne. Just dropping the shoulder. Decent ball. Lestienne! Flag's gone up though. Lovely play. They tried to get in behind, but Lestienne just too quick to drift in.
Yeah, I think it was the right decision. You can see it already from this position there. As soon as Sharan had the ball, he really wanted to make that run behind the defense.
Who knew where the back of the net was for both club and country. Christian seeming to see quite a lot of the ball at the moment. Gabriel Quack. Defended by Rosaidi. Those 2 yellow cards have just stemmed the temper in the game, haven't they?
Yeah, I think so. And good one from Taki as well. Needed to do something. That chance there, Gabriel Quack tried to cut inside and tried to play the ball into the box and cut out again. Need to defend again from this corner. Shinwook, obviously, the obvious target. Sugic will be on him.
Fired in deep, just flicked away though by Bennett. Not far enough. Lestienne. Kim Shin-wook's offside. Good save though. Zafan came and closed those angles pretty quickly. And yet again, Kim Shin-wook very, very fortunate.
Yeah, very interesting. Yeah, I think he was already running from an offside position. A good save, like you said, from Zafan. He wouldn't know.
It was marginal, wasn't it? Very, very marginal. with the header away. Flip forwards from Ikram. Diego Lopez, little back heel, Lestienne inside, Anu. Chomping away on that occasion was Zakari, taken quickly by Lestienne. Gabriel Quack. It's Quack again. Tees it up for Anu. Right down the keeper's throat. Let's see what they were doing there, just trying to release it early, but to no avail. City Sailors getting ready to make another change. Diego Lopez, well read on that occasion though by Faritz. Easy pickings for Harris. Sailors, they've been Lion City Sailors or Home United have only ever lost once to Tanjong Pagar in the 19 games that they've played. Some record that. Lovely ball played forwards. Ooh, that's a little bit harsh on Gabriel Quack.
I just thought that Faritz had intercepted the ball. It's interesting to see this again, but again, Maxime Lestienne tried to play that one through for Gabriel.
I have to go back to the 28th of April 2012 when it was Home United. The last time that Tanjong Pagar beat them. 1-0. The only victory they've ever had against Home United or the Lion City Sailors.
So it looks like the record will keep on going.
Only been 2 draws as well. Just one of those teams. You do get them, don't you, where you have a bogey team. As yet again another big diagonal looks to go in. Here's the change. Hafiz Noor coming on. Gabriel Quack has done his shift for today.
Gabriel Quack had a good game, not being spectacular today. He will be disappointed with a couple of shots that he took that went wide.
They played as a team today, which I think is probably one of the first times we've seen this season a whole cohesive unit for an hour that we've seen for an hour. We haven't just seen it in fits and starts, which we have throughout the season. This has been a very consistent performance from LCS. Well defended. Ikram just getting there first. The most important thing that this does for the Lion City Sailors is it does open up a 4-point gap at the top of the table with these two sides going at it the way that they are. Alberts Niigata are 3 points behind that in 3rd place, so they can only get to 12, which means there will be a 4-point gap as Oh, half a chance comes the way of Tanjong Pagar.
Yeah, this cross was deflected there. There you go. The deflection just took it on for Blake there, and Izwan did well to recover.
Izwan Mahmood in the right place at the right time. Turn. Bennett going across, gets there first. Not the best ball down the line from Hafiz Noor. And the overlapping run of Shadan, who has got ahead of the strikers quite a few occasions today and caused all sorts of problems.
That's the reason why Anu Mandan is there. That's the reason why he can afford to make those runs.
Is there a better balance with Anu in there as opposed to Song?
Yeah, I think so, because they are more solid as well. And, you know, of course, with Song, he's a different kind of player, and he's very fluid as well. Not very disciplined in terms of, you know, keeping to a structure. They're all very fluid. And it just do seem that with Anu in there, a little bit of stability.
It has added that steeliness. Shimuk battling and fighting away for it and retains possession. Ball over the top. Flag goes up because Hafiz Noor was off, then was on, then stumbled, was off and on, and he's off.
Yeah, that's confirmation. He's off.
Hearing that there's been an equaliser in the other game as that ball's fired in, and good solid defending. Pedro Enrique with the header. Couto trying to get the acrobatics going, but it was Harris that was in the way. Kim Shimuk helps that one up the line. Here is Hafiz Noor as Lestien in the middle, tries to find him, but Farid is there. Comfortably claimed in the end by the keeper.
Yeah, Hafiz could have held on to the ball a little bit more there, as Lestien wasn't in position to receive the ball anyway.
Lovely touch from Lestien. Diego Lopez, who's on a hat-trick, puts it in unselfishly. Kim just couldn't get on the end of it. Well, that is why the players of the calibre that have been brought in, because that move had Lestien, Diego Lopez and Kim Shim-wook all involved.
Well, that move deserved a goal there. A wonderful move. Initially played out from Anu Mandan, and then it was all about those three.
Alice didn't back out of that challenge. Lestien with a decent ball forwards, just a yard ahead of Kim Shim-wook. You can see it's starting to come, the understanding with these players. Here it is again. Lestien, Diego Lopez just firing it in, and Kim Shim-wook not a million miles away. Kim Shim-wook just waving to the bench saying that he wants to come off. I hope he's not injured. Here's Diego Lopez, miscontrols it. Lestien with a little chip. Good save in the end. Zafan got there.
And all the party tricks coming into play now for the LCS, and Shim-wook, he's pointing to his groin there.
Yep. That's why we hope that he's going to be okay for the Asian Champions League. He overstretched there with that effort just a few moments ago. Kari Sugic doing the sporting thing and playing that ball out. And that really isn't going to be good if he's got a groin strain. Hopefully he's just slightly overstretched and it's not going to be too bad. Don't take the risk, take him off.
And he wants to go off, I'm sure you're right, because they've gotten him in, especially this was the earlier chance, which Zafan saved easily from Maxime Lestienne. We just don't want Shin Wook to be injured for that first game on Friday especially. But all these players to bolster the team and the squad for the ACL.
And all these fans coming out in support. Bottom tier filling up nicely, and gotta be honest, on our tier just below us slightly, there are quite a few fans there as well. They're all wearing the blue and white shirts, so you would have to say that they are Lion City Sailors fans and supporters. It is going to be Korean for Korean. Song Hee-young came off in the last game with what looked like a bad one. Seems to have recovered very, very quickly. And replace Kim Shin-wook.
Well, not a bad replacement to have. He did come off with a hamstring injury. So it's made quite a miraculous recovery here. So
if you've got players who are intelligent and know that it's a little tweak and they come off, they can be managed.
yeah.
I think that's the important thing. That's why we saw Kim Shin-wook there straight away, just said, no, bring me off. I'm not going to risk it with 6 games in 15 days. Decided with the ball in. Own goal. It's an own goal as well. And it is going to go down as a Pedro Enrique own goal. It's only the 4th goal they've conceded this season. But is this, Sashi, the part and the start of the comeback?
Well, that's a long shot, but yeah, you know, I think even with this goal, LCS won't be happy. That is the left boot of Pedro. I think that is pretty poor from Pedro there. If you're an LCS player or fan, you want to even concede a goal, but they have.
Yeah, they will have wanted that clean sheet.
Yeah.
But here they come again. Lestienne just couldn't get the return. But they pulled 3 back from the 68th minute to the 3rd minute of stoppage time in the last game. Confirmation of the own goal.
Yeah, why not? They can if they pull one back here. Less than 20 minutes to go.
Oops. Got caught. Diego Lopez doing brilliantly. Lestienne has support. Lovely ball played in. Cool, calm finish from Hafiz Noor, who shuts that back door and says to Tanjong Pagar United, you're not getting back in this game, as he makes it 5 for his side.
Yeah, you know, Akari was looking for the foul, and correct decision, it wasn't a foul. I think it was a good challenge. And it was all about Lestienne here. Look at this, very, very good ball across. And Hafiz Noor, he can't miss from there, or else he would have been miss of the season here. Look at this, on a plate. Superb.
Always say it's about the quality of the delivery into the box, and that was absolutely perfect. If you roll it into dangerous areas, you can cause all sorts of problems, and that's exactly what Lestienne did. And Hafiz Noor, like good wingers do, they close that back door. That's exactly what they did there to make it 5-1. Just when there was a sniff, just when there was a little bit of a glimmer, you just thought possibly Tanjong Pagar, if they would have scored in the next minute or two, could cause an issue or two. I'm not saying they would win it or get back into it, but could cause an issue. And as it is, the Lion City Sailors show their professionalism and basically close this game out.
Exactly, and they could go on to score a few more here if Tanjong Pagar are not careful, because every time they go forward, they look very, very dangerous indeed.
Nice ball down the line. Kyra Lamry looks to get the cross in. Picked up though by Akari. Decent ball into the box. Shiguchi trying to get a yard here or there. Sugic with that volley couldn't make anything happen. Bennett loses the header. They're coming together there. They're looking to get on with things quickly. And that's a shame because Shadan had Hafiz Noor galloping into acres of space there. Is that Rosidi again?
Yes, it is. And I think one more challenge of that sort, I think he'll be off.
Tony Abdullah going off. Faisal Rafi coming on, the 26-year-old.
There you go, but yeah, it's a foul, but I think the referee made the right decision in not giving the yellow card.
Given away. Anu again in the right place at the right time, where he seems to have been for most of the day. He just stroking it around. Bennett with a little nudge, play allowed to continue. Faisal got there first. Here is Rosidi. Drills it into the box, but Harris with a header straight up in the air and still missed. Well, it was the wrong thing to do from Harris because he could have cleared his lines. He tried to pop it up in the air so that Iswan Mahmoud could come and get it. And you've got to feel a little bit for Rikuto because he's entitled to go for that ball, Blake.
Yeah, I think so too. Ball was up there in the air, as you can see this again. Yeah, I think Harris made that mistake. He went for the ball.
Has he done anything wrong, Blake Rikuto?
No, I think it was the mistake from the header from Harris. Just headed it up in the air. Ball was meant for him to be, or to be won.
He's just stood there, Blake.
Yeah.
Well, that's where goalkeepers are protected at times. It's fair to say. Can understand that. Tadanari Lee it was with the equaliser against Tampines Rovers. So that's 3-3 over at our Tampines hub. Chance here though. Nice pullback. Song, a little bit of time and space. Tried a little give and go. Didn't come off though.
Yeah, Lopez tried to be a little bit smart there. Bit of flick. Good run from Hafiz Noor though.
Saidi. Big switch from Sugic. Anu finds Diego Lopez. Left the end just straying offside.
Yeah, I'm just looking down the line and he should have done better, Maxine. There you go, offside. He's got loads of speed, just hold your run.
Blake Rikuto. Here's Sugic, a little bit of time and space. Will he pull the trigger? Shrugs off the challenge and then tried to feed it through, but just couldn't find Nishikawa. Just not gone right for them today, has it, Tanjong Pagar?
Yeah, and in this instance, just could feel that he should have taken a shot there. Really in a little bit of just outside the penalty area. Entitled to take a shot.
Diego Lopez said there was a tug. No, said the referee. Certainly looked it from our vantage point here in the commentary position, Shashi, that there was a little bit of a pull there. Well read. Ikram goes forward. Lestien has bodies in the box. Song is one of them. Song on the turn. Deflected wide. Corner.
The deflection could have taken the ball into the net there. And again, Lestien down this left-hand side. Proving to be a thorn in the side here. And he puts the ball into the areas as well. Very dangerous areas. And Song just couldn't keep it on target, or he did, but deflected out.
Well, he has signed from Standard Liège. Of course, they play Champions League, they play Europa League throughout the seasons. Been there for 4 years as well. Scored 16 goals in 85 league games for Standard Liège. Played in Syria. Played all over the place. So that tells you something about his pedigree. Lovely ball back inside there from Nishikawa. He looks to go again. And the deflection from Tajeli means it'll be a throw-in for Lion City Sailors, who will make 2 changes now. It looks as though it's going to be Adam Swandi and Faris Ramli that comes on. The question is who's going to come off? That's the big question. Play allowed to continue as Sharan heads that one forwards. Faris gets there. Kuto with the ball in. Enrique heads it away. Sugic holds off the challenges. Can't find his man. Tajeli clears his lines. Looks as though they're going to not make this substitution just yet. They've been pulled back. Looks as though there's spots of cramp there.
It looks like it's hamstring. Don't exactly know whether it's a pull or a cramp. That's why they're holding back the substitutions here.
I don't think it matters now with 10 minutes to go. I think you can put who you want on, really. Sashi in.
Yeah.
See the game out. Just shuffle a few players around. Is it Tajeli who's down?
Yeah, Tajeli. Great to see the fans back here at the Jalan Besar Stadium.
Yeah, it is, and there's a lot of them. And again, if you're out there, get out, support your local team, come down, come and enjoy a night at the football. We've seen all sorts today, haven't we? We had some rap artists and dancers on the pitch at half-time, which was fantastic. A great initiative from the Lion City Sailors to try and engage with the fans. Vitally important that you come and support your local football scene. Everyone can have their Man Uniteds, their Real Madrids, their Liverpools, but there's nothing like actually coming down and enjoying a game of football at a venue. So Tajeli is going to go off and Faris Ramli is going to come on. It's as though Hafiz Noor will just slot in there to that full-back position. And no surprise here, Diego Lopez coming on for Adam Swandi. Just don't want to risk the Brazilian with the Asian Champions League coming up very, very soon. First game on the 15th, of course, so all hands on deck for that one. Lestien. That's just slightly overplayed. That wasn't that far away from Song. Keeps it simple. Emre just trying to float that into Khairul Amri, but Harris was there, and Emre can't bring that one under control. Still 3-3 in the other game, which means no real ground will be made up as it's 3rd versus 4th there. Albricks Nagata would stay in third place on 10 points. Tampines Rovers would move to 9. Tanjong Pagar 12. The Lion City Sailors would have a 4-point advantage at the top of the AIA Singapore Premier League, going into what will be a little bit of a break, obviously, with them going off to Champions League. And then let's not forget the SEA Games are coming along next month as well. Chance here for the Lion City Sailors to try and get another one. Bennett, though, hacks it to safety.
Yeah, especially with tight legs in there. Faris Ramli is not the person you want as your opponent.
Can't quite believe that that one's been given. Has been, though. Adam Swandi trying to make a nuisance of himself.
Well, Tanjong Pagar just want the final whistle to go right now, if possible. Just regroup and just look forward to the next game.
And over the outside of the foot. Lestien just couldn't take it in his stride, but has it at his feet. Puts it across the face of goal, and again, that's what they were lacking the other day, something like that. Lestien getting into those positions and delivering that quality into the box. It's Faris Ramli. Shadan. Lestien again. Dinks a decent ball forward. Surely it's another penalty. It's got to be. Oh, Faris. It looked like a challenge from behind. The referee in a good position said play on. No penalty awarded.
Well, to be fair, there wasn't any protest from Faris Ramli, but what a ball again from Maxim Lestien.
Saidi just trying to roll over the top of the ball and go beyond the man.
Yeah, just running out of space. There you go again. Nah, he got a ball. It was a great challenge from Faris there.
Referee in the right place to ensure the correct decision. Adam Swandi just rolls it back to Isma Mahbud. Hassan Sunny knocking on the coach's door saying at least I kept a clean sheet last game.
Well, in my books at least, Hassan has always been the number one in this side, but exactly we don't know exactly what is wrong with him, because he's out of the squad altogether. But what a goalkeeper to have as a reserve is one.
Rikuto looking to try and tee it up. Nishiguchi gets it deflected just wide. It's really not going to be Tanjong Pagar's night.
Yeah, just when you thought that he would get his 9th of the season, Ryo Nishiguchi. This was good persistent play there. Deflected out for a corner.
Headed away, not far enough, but the strike wasn't the greatest. And another opportunity and chance gone begging. Rikuto just gets caught, whistle's gone. Ishikawa, all-time challenge there from Hafiz Noor. Winger, goal scorer, fullback.
Yeah. Very versatile indeed.
Blake with a back heel. No-nonsense defending at all there from Pedro Enrique. Absolutely wipes out Nishikawa.
Yeah, he read the game very well there, when Blake Ricciotto there having a go at each other. Well, the ball was there to be won, to be fair, Pedro.
Everybody back for the Lion City Sailors. They don't want to concede again, even though it's the final minute. Harris with the header away. Help back forwards from Emmerich Ong. Has the flag gone up? Flag went up. Went up late though. It only went up after Faritz had touched it.
Two players there, Blake as well as Faritz, skipper. Ball comes in. Up and under. Clear offside.
Up and under. Have you been watching the rugby today? No, we're hearing that there's going to be 3 minutes added at the end of the 90. Azanu clips it forwards. Flag stays down. Real chance here. Faris Ramley in behind. Lestian on a plate. Oh, how about that? Hey, there we go. A little fancy finish as well. And what a cool, calm, quick counter-attacking move that was from the Lion City Sailors. Finished off with a bit of flair from the Belgian, who makes no mistake and makes it 6.
I love this first touch. Look at that first touch. Everyone beaten, and then put it on a plate for Maxime Lestienne. And what is very pleasing about today's performance, you said it, Paul, it's all about a team performance. They're playing as a team, putting it on a plate for their teammates. And look at this. You can't defend this, especially that first touch from Faris Ramli. Wonderful.
What will help the Lion City Sailors is that there are 5 different scorers as well. So not all the load going on to Kim Shin-wook. Diego Lopez with a brace early doors, but Hafiz Noor getting on the score sheet. And now Lestienne as well, who looks as though he's got his left thigh very heavily strapped. So he's obviously coming back into some sort of fitness and wanting to try and keep himself as fit as he can. Rakuto trying to get past his man Harris, but just held him off enough. Here we go again. We could have another one. Decent ball in, and oh dear. Song making a bit of a mess of that one.
A superb ball again from Faris, good run. Then again, putting it on the plate for Song. And you said it, that was a mess of a finish there.
Well, just a minute to go. I think you're right, the whistle needs to go sooner rather than later, because even with it the way that it is, they could still score again. Kyra Lamry, you said something that was poignant though, Sashi, is Tanjong Pagar, dust yourselves down, let this one go, start again.
Yeah, exactly. They need to forget about this result because, again, they're playing probably the best team in the league. So, punching above their weight a little, Tanjong Pagar, but get on with it. Have a little bit of a break and then recharge.
Yeah, it has been a fantastic start to the season for Tanjong Pagar. But they have come up against the Lion City Sailors tonight, who are rampant. A little bit too far on that occasion. The flag went up as well as Faris Ramley had strayed just offside.
Yeah, should have played the ball earlier, Adam Swandi. Faris Ramley was in a good position.
And that's going to be that. Well, Totally comprehensive, wonderful 90 minutes of football from the Lion City Sailors that started so well for them in the first 45. It was Diego Lopez after just 9 minutes that gave them the lead before he doubled the advantage in the 28th minute before Shadan added a third in the 33rd minute. That meant it was 3-0 at half-time, but Kim Shin-wook scored 45 seconds into the second half before an own goal from Pedro Enrique on 71. Hafiz Noor managed to get his name on the score sheet as a substitute. Lestien just put the cream and the icing on the cake with a goal 1 minute into stoppage time at the end of 90. Fully professional performance before they go off for Asian Champions League duty from the Lion City Sailors. Tanjong Pagar left to lick their wounds as it's their first defeat of the season, but a comprehensive result and a total team performance from the Lion City Sailors. It's finished here at the Jalan Besar Stadium. Lion City Sailors 6, Tanjong Pagar United 1.
Thank you very much, Paul. Those fans have witnessed something special. They've seen a tennis score, 6-1. It finishes here at the Jalan Besar Stadium, and the Tanjong Pagar United coaching staff, well, they know enough about the game to recognise when their side has been palpably second best in a game of football. That was certainly the case tonight. Shashi Kumar is still with us, and those fans, I think we expected to see games like this quite a lot this season. It's the first time we've really seen what we anticipated being a tight game turning into a blowout in favour of the reigning champions.
Exactly, and totally well-deserved as well. I think LCS turned on the firepower right from the start, and Kim Do-hoon did say during his interview before the game that they want to go out and attack, and they did. Players were in absolutely brilliant form. And what was pleasing, and I think I said it during commentary, was that everybody was playing as a team. Even the goals they were putting on a plate for their teammates. Very good team camaraderie there, and well-deserved.
And of course now they'll be turning their attention to continental football. That's their reward for winning the AIA Singapore Premier League last season. A long way to go in this one, but as far as Tanjong Pagar United are concerned, we had early warning signs that defensively they weren't going to be able to cope today.
This was a very good goal for Diego Lopez, but the defense were caught sleeping there. The Tanjong Pagar defense, Shoda Nishikawa, as well as Farid Hamid couldn't see what was going on behind him, but good finish from Diego Lopez, my man of the match.
Yeah, Diego Lopez, who stayed on a bit longer than I thought he might do. He had a chance to make a hat-trick. This was his second goal. This is beautifully finished, well constructed, but it still needed finishing. Yeah,
very good movement as well. Shadan opening up and then forced Blake to follow him. As you can see here, it's very clear here. Made that run, Blake follows him, ball threaded in for Diego Lopez for a wonderful finish.
So this was really the game almost done and dusted at 2 at this stage. In the first half, they were absolutely rampant. 2 then within 28 minutes, and within 4 minutes it was to be 3. And Tanjong Pagar really were in disarray at this stage. Once again, wide open spaces and an opportunity to run in behind. And
nice dink there from Diego Lopez. Shin-wook couldn't finish it off. And then from this melee, you got to see the cool and calm Shadan controlling it on his chest and then calmly passing it into the net to make it 3-0.
Shadan, who, probably plays a sort of a more unsung heroes role in this team these days, but they were all queuing up to score today, and really, I mean, I think it's no exaggeration to say this one could have got into double figures. We'll show you some second half highlights in just a moment, but in the first half alone, 3 was probably generous, I think, on Tanjong Pagar, who could have conceded more. But into the second half we went, and really it was a question of just how much would Lion City Sailors go for it. Well, we got the answer straight away with an easy one on the plate for Kim Shin-wook.
And this was too early in the second half. Very, very early. And was he offside? You know what? He was offside, didn't he? From that position.
Obstructed, I think. 2 players obstructing the assistant's view, though, I think, there, Shashi. I'll be generous.
Yeah, but clear offside there. Then the ball was put on a plate for Shin-wook. Easy again, but Tanjong Pagar will be very disappointed with the decision there. Very unlucky indeed.
let's remember to talk about Shinwook a little bit later on, because he stretched out a groin by the looks of things in trying to add to that goal tally of his, and that could be some concern for them. But let's carry on with what happened here. You know, at the other end of the pitch, you're always going to see an effort, whether it's Richuto or Nishiguchi. They're always going to give a go, give a good account of themselves, but they couldn't even score a goal of their own today.
Yeah, and this was the diving header from Blake. Keeper did well. Going for the rebound was Ryo Nishiguchi. Initially it was a deflected cross there. But yeah, chances few and far between for Tanjong Pagar.
Yeah, they will always create a chance or two, as I said, and in the end, the goal, when it came as an own goal from Pedro, who it looks as if it took him by surprise.
Yeah,
there.
He couldn't start his feet out there, and the ball just came to and knocked on his knee and shin area, and the ball went into the net. But yeah, if you are an LCS defender, you'd be very, very disappointed. Just want a clean sheet.
And then it was all a question of the quality that they have. This would have been something special indeed. If you look at the quality that Lestien brings, just in terms of what he sets up, he's going to end up possibly with more assists than anybody this season, I would say, Shasi.
Yeah, exactly. And again, like I said, put on a plate, inch perfect. You can't miss from there. And wonderful play again from the three there. Diego Lopez and Lestien.
And Hafiz Noor in the right place on that far post coming on here. We'd seen that happen throughout the second half on a regular basis, with Lestien opening things up. And just towards the end there was a little bit of a flurry. Blake Richuto going in again there, shielding the keeper. And even this one you felt summed up their night. On target from Nishiguchi, but behind.
Yeah, deflected, and this looked like a foul to me, but it wasn't given. But then again, still had to play had to go on. Rio again. Deflected out for a corner.
And then in they go again. Too easy, really. And it was a question here, would the quality be there for the finish? Oh yeah. And would the quality finish be there? Yeah. A little bit of showboating from Lestien, but why not?
I love this first touch from Faris. Look at this first touch. Everyone beaten. Faris and the defense. The ball coming across. Beautifully done there from the very, very confident Maxime Lestien. Look at this first touch. There you go.
Yeah. Got it where he needed it, and here is Lestien, who you feel is going to be a big figure for them when they do step up into continental competition, and it will be a step up for them. So, what have we seen tonight? Well, statistically, we've seen overwhelmingly dominant performance. 20 shots in the game, 11 shots on target for Lion City Sailors. 6 goals in all of that time. That is an absolute rout, and if you want to get on a plane on Monday on a high, this is the way to do it.
I think recovery is key from now till Friday, so they're going to do it properly. Players have come on. Shinwook has come out, I think, with just a slight strain, so he should be okay. But it's all about the recovery now. As for Tanjong Pagar, I think they need to dust this off, look forward to the next game and see how it goes.
So this is the way the table looks. We'll get you updated on what happened in a dramatic encounter between Albirex and Tampines in just a moment, but it's a 4-point advantage right now for LCS as they take a little break from the AIA Singapore Premier League. As for the rest, well, it's a 2-point lead now for Tanjong Pagar over Albirex and Tampines, who of course will show you what happened in their game, which was quite amazing. And then it's the games that are still to come tomorrow. So we'll give you a little update on those very shortly. But let's get you caught up on what happened in that other game. It ended up 3-3 between Tampines and Albirex, and that was a game that saw the Japanese side go into a 2-goal lead. It was Tanaka scoring, Jun Kobayashi making it 2 in 13 minutes, and then the informed Boris Kopitovic getting his side right back into it before Firdaus actually gave Tampines Rovers a 3-2 lead. Albirex then had to wait till the 67th minute before Tadanari Lee scored the goal that made it 3-3. Still to come, we have Hougang United against Young Lions, two sides who really could do with picking up a victory, particularly Young Lions, rock bottom. Geylang International take on Balestier Khalsa, and I honestly wouldn't know how to pick that one, but I might ask you to, Shasi. What do you see happening tomorrow?
Well, it's going to be exciting. I see goals again raining down, just judging from the 2 games today. It just seems that teams can't defend, so let's hope for the neutrals, loads of goals tomorrow.
All right, Shasi, thank you so much. As ever, indebted to you and to Paul Masefield for a really entertaining description of a really entertaining game here that's finished at Jalan Besar with 2 weary sets of players deconstructing a game that finished comprehensively at full time with a scoreline of Lion City Sailors 6, Tanjong Pagar United 1. Thanks for being with us.